Welcome to Storytime. So apparently, Aqua left the land of departure right at rush hour because she is just now getting to her first world, the Castle of Dreams. She goes to the castle and Cinderella runs right past her, with the Grand Duke and Prince following, but before she can focus on that, she sees Terra. She tells him that Ventus has run away from home to follow him. Terra lets her know that Master Xehanort's out looking for pure hearts of light, but that since she's not on this world, Terra's gonna go keep looking. Aqua continues into the castle and bumps into Cinderella's stepmother and stepsisters, immediately recognizing that they're haters. The prince returns and mistakes Aqua for Cinderella at first, which is totally an easy mistake to make given how they share literally no physical characteristics or clothing. The Grand Duke shows him a glass slipper belonging to the lady that he's been dancing with all night. The king has declared that the entire kingdom is being put on hold until they find whose foot the slipper belongs to. Which you'd think would annoy the taxpayers, but apparently true love trumps economic policy, just like in real life. They decide to start at Cinderella's house because it's close, and Aqua follows everyone in case there's some hot drams going down, and also because she's getting a little bit of a strong feeling of darkness from Cinderella's mean old family. As she eavesdrops on what's going on inside, the fairy godmother appears and warns Aqua against fighting the darkness with the light directly. Because strong light creates darker shadows, the two will always go hand in hand. Cinderella's charm will create more jealousy in her family, but Cinderella needs help maintaining her light in the face of that or it'll go out. The godmother shrinks Aqua to mouse size and asks her to go inside and help Jack. When she finds Jack, he tells her that Cindy's stepmother has locked her in her room so she can't take the shoe test. Jack and Aqua get to her room with the key, bopping the unversed block in their way. Meanwhile, Cinderella's stepsisters are trying to cram their dumb ugly feet into the slipper and failing miserably, and the Grand Duke is about to leave, at which point the spell on Aqua wears off and she falls right into the middle of the living room. This, understandably, upsets the Tremaine women, whose house has just been invaded. The Grand Duke assures them that she means no harm, even though he really has no reason to believe that. Furthermore, even though he recognizes her from the night before, she insists that she be given a try with the slipper. Luckily by now she's stalled long enough, and Cinderella comes down to try the slipper on. But as the Duke is bringing it over to her, his stepmom trips him and he breaks it. But it's totally cool because Cinderella has the other slipper anyway, so she tries it on and nabs her prince. As she and her new BF go to the castle, the stepmother and stepsister's overwhelming negativity creates a strong pumpkin unversed that Aqua has to take down. As she moves on, Aqua remembers how Ericus has always taught them to destroy the darkness, but she's wondering if that's really as simple as he says. Aqua's next stop is the Dwarf Woodlands, where Snow White has been given a poison apple that's put her to sleep. Aqua finds the dwarves' house, where they're all in mourning around a glass coffin. They tell Aqua the only way to save her is inside the evil queen's castle, so she's on the case. On the way to the castle, she finds a prince who, funny enough, has been looking for Snow White. Aqua points him in the right direction and goes inside. She finds the magic mirror, which is still under the queen's spell, so it pulls her in and she has to fight it like Terra did. When she's freed, it tells her that the queen is gone forever and his service is done, and the creepy face vanishes, which is great for me because that thing terrified me as a kid. Finding nothing of use, she returns to the cottage just in time to see the prince plant one on Snow White's lips, waking her up. Aqua is reminded of Ventus, who spent a long time sleeping when he was first brought to the land of departure, and when he finally awoke. Everything being cool, Aqua decides to keep going, wondering if perhaps it was Ventus' time to go as a second awakening. Speaking of our buddy Ventus, he's reached the Enchanted Dominion, and found the Sleeping Beauty in her room, apparently having learned etiquette from Terra. 3 fairies stop him, I guess having been out when Terra and Maleficent were in there. Their names Flora, Fauna, and Merryweather. They can tell Ventus' heart is pure light though, and when he offers to go get back Aurora's heart, they accompany him into Maleficent's keep. Entering the castle, they beat up Maleficent's lackeys. They find Aurora's heart, and Ventus uses his keyblade to set it free so it can return to her, and he gets a flash of Aurora's memories. He sees her meeting Prince Philip, her true love, and knows that her dream of meeting him again can come true now. The 4 of them beat it, but Maleficent stops them. She recognizes the young boy with the keyblade as Ventus, and reveals to him that Terra is the one who took Aurora's heart. Ventus obviously doesn't believe it, and takes on Maleficent with some magical fairy backup. At the same time, Aqua's arrived as well, and gets to the castle just in time to see Aurora's heart flying by her, and about 10 seconds too late to help Ventus in his fight. She finds them as Maleficent is telling Ventus how Terra was just super about taking hearts all up in Aurora's room, and Aqua tells him not to believe it. Maleficent says that the truth is cruel, and that even among close friends you never really know the secret of someone else's heart. Aqua tells Ven to come home, but he still believes that if he doesn't find Terra, the darkness will consume him, so he runs off again. Maleficent tells Aqua what she knows about the Keyblade, about how it can open the hearts of both people and worlds, and that how she wants that power for herself. Aqua takes this as a sign that she isn't lying, and starts to believe that Terra really did take Aurora's heart. Maleficent asks if Aqua wants to be her new key slave, and when she says no, she mentions that Xehanort said she was stubborn, and sends her into the castle's dungeon. She sees Prince Philip chained to the wall, and he tells her that him meeting Aurora again is the only thing that will break Maleficent's hold on the land. The three fairies find them, freeing Philip so that everyone can go free Aurora and rock Maleficent. Fighting their way out of the castle, they find Maleficent again. She creates a barrier of thorns and taunts Aqua, assuring her that for Terra, giving in to his darkness was easy and that he enjoyed it. She decides to demonstrate the power of darkness by turning into a giant dragon, but Philip steps up and with some fairy magic manages to defeat her. As a parting mark, she reminds Aqua that wherever there is light, there will also be darkness. Philip, meanwhile, goes to Aurora's room and kisses her, breaking the spell over the kingdom, because apparently being a prince around Aqua just puts you in the mood for smooching. After witnessing her second magical makeout in a row, Aqua keeps moving.